Hey guys, Titan Apprentice, welcome back to the channel. Today's video we have the Cobb Premier Air, and we are going to be testing up some food with it. We're going to be doing up some food with it. All I'm doing right now is prepping up the charcoal briquette, so we are going to use one of their cobblestones and just see how well they work. Much like a normal charcoal grill that we have right here, it does take, 15-20 minutes for it to get going and get ready. So this cobblestone is going to go down here. We're gonna get it going, and then we're gonna give it time, and then we're gonna cook some food on it. So what I'm gonna try to do is light this piece of paper, put it in here, then put the briquette on top of it, and we're just gonna go from there. So that is in, and then I'm just gonna kind of roast the top a little bit. Again, it does take a few minutes for it to get going, much like any charcoal system. We used this one yesterday. It took about 20-30 minutes for it to actually be useful. You can tell a lot of smoke, but I think a lot of that is coming from the paper. So I did end up having to put a piece of wet fire in here. The paper just wasn't enough. It didn't burn for long enough to actually make the cobblestone hot. That wet fire burns for about 5 minutes, and it's doing a fantastic job right now. So that cobblestone is getting white, and the flames really died down. First time learning it, first time trying it. Once you finally get the fire going, it's not that difficult. But getting that cobblestone going, I do recommend some sort of instant fire or BIGFOOT bushcraft fire starter, or what's some other companies that make fire starters. I recommend one of those. We got some potatoes, we got some corn. We're gonna put these inside of the moat, and then we're gonna get the grill top and everything else ready. Do up some chicken on here. First off, it's very warm. I am surprised that plastic piece has not melted off. So it is nice and pretty and white. A little bit of flame still coming out of it, but that's fine. That's what you expect from a charcoal grill. That potato is observant. Exposed. It's exposed. This, I don't know if this is gonna work. Again, first time we're using it. I don't think the corn's gonna fit. No, corn ain't gonna fit. That's fine. We'll do the corn on top. So then up next, we're gonna do this piece. And then we're gonna do this piece, and this just lightly fits in these holes. We're gonna undo this corn, and then we'll go get the chicken, and we'll put it on here, because obviously it's not gonna fit in the moat right now. We're gonna give that about 5 minutes, and then we're gonna go toss the chicken on here. And this is gonna act like a roasting rack. All the grease is gonna fall into the holes and then fall into the moat. And that one exposed potato, I guess, is gonna taste like chicken. But all we gotta do, put this back on here, and everything fits. And we are going to close it off just a little bit, making it retain that heat. All right, chicken time. Take that off. As you can see, the butter's already melting, which is obviously a good thing. And the butter is on the thing, causing it to smoke, which is indifferent. So, what we're gonna do we make it pretty or do we make it look terrible? It doesn't matter. Some chicken tenderloins. Now, I could have easily done this directly on top of this black thing instead of putting the little veggie roaster on here. But again, we're just trying things out and seeing what it does, seeing what it don't do. Nothing to it. It's a learning curve. I've watched people mess around with their cobs, and they did really well, and then the second time they used it, it did really bad. Not the machine itself, but just how they operated it. So this is a learning curve. I ain't eating that one. The chickens will. Chickens will eat the chicken, yeah. It'll fit, about a pack or two of tenderloins. And then the good thing about it is it doesn't necessarily need direct heat, because this does act like an oven. So, put the lid on, and we will check it, let's say 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 37, so we'll say 45, 15 minutes, give or take. We'll just see what she does. All right, so we got rid of the roasting rack, mostly because we want this thing to cook before dinner time. The roasting rack is good for roasting, slow roasting stuff. We're not trying to slow roast anything. If we had like a whole piece of chicken on here, we would maybe. So we probably should have started just with this and then called it a day. Ignore this piece of corn because we half cooked it last night. That piece looks good. It's got a lot of the fat and the grease and stuff that dropped from the roasting rack, and that piece looks good. Put this back on here. Again, it's a learning process. There's people that use this every day, multiple times a week. This is our first time using it. It's a learning process. The roasting rack's good for slow roasting stuff. If we had a whole rotisserie chicken on here, if we had like a big slab of steak or something on here, a pot roast, corn, what do we use? Pot roast? Whatever. Chuck roast. Yeah, if we had a big chuck roast on here, we could lay it on here, go do something for a couple hours, and then come back, supposedly. My worry is the potatoes, because they've been going for a while. Granted, yesterday we used them in this thing. They weren't done when we took them off. So, maybe they'll be done this time. This is a little warm to the touch. Again, you've got steam and heat coming out of here, so obviously be careful. The top, yes, it's warm to the touch. The bottom, nice and cool. About below this line right here, right? I can pick it up, not a problem. Supposedly that cobblestone burns for 2 hours, and we've been out here for like 30 minutes, give or take. So we should have plenty of cooking time left. We did take about half the chicken off. That corn, we probably could have stacked it up. As long as it doesn't touch the dome, we should have been fine. But again, learning process. So once this section gets done, we'll throw the others on here. We should have enough heat and charcoal left to finish cooking, and we will go from there. This stuff looks pretty done for now. Maybe. It's always hard to tell with chicken that's seasoned. Can't see. It looks done. Again, potatoes, I'm just gonna guess at this point, say they're not done yet. But I would imagine that they're gonna be done when we get done with this chicken. So this is a different flavor of chicken. Oh no, cross-contamination, clean and dirty, oh well. It's fine. You can tell that plate's hot because of that nice sizzle you got. We're gonna put the lid on and keep her going. So just checked it and it's basically done at this point. We were out here doing some yard work, and that's the bottom, that's the top. It all looks good. The corn has some good char on it. There's one piece over here that looks a little more done than the rest of them, but that's fine. Anyway, out here doing some yard work, and just kind of, I won't say forgot about it, but you know, we were out doing our thing. It's doing its thing. Now they're both done at the same time, or at least done enough to eat dinner, lunch, whatever you're gonna call it. So, the potatoes, we gotta get them out. We're gonna take this, stab it into 2 of the holes, and just lift up on it. So that's the cobblestone. It's nice, pearly, and white. It's probably got an hour left on it. The inside does look a little dirty, but that's okay. It will clean out. We're gonna see, take these inside and see if they're done. If they're not done, then oh well. If they are done, fantastic. There's not really a way to put the cobblestone out. There's not really a way to put charcoal out. If it were me, let's say power outage situation, I'd find something to use the rest of the cobblestone for. Begin cooking up dinner, or you know, throw a cup of water on here and let it boil up so I can have some coffee. But either way, we're done doing what we need to do. We're gonna go inside and just see if everything's done and actually enjoyable. Total time, probably been about an hour. But again, we did start it on the roasting rack and then we transferred. It probably would have taken 30, 35 minutes had we done it directly on the plate. But again, we use the roasting rack.
The potatoes are steaming.
I'm aware, and my face is right beside them. So it's hot, I'm hot. Let's go eat. All right, y'all, just gonna give you my final thoughts. First time using the Cobb Premier Air. We had some heat left over, and we had some food left over from last night that didn't get done. So we're just finishing it up. So thoughts, pros, cons, what I think, what I don't think. Everything was done. There is a learning curve to it. I think with our potatoes, they were cooked. They were just pretty dry. We didn't put any butter on them. We did toss them in olive oil. We did put a little bit of seasoning on them, but I think butter in the aluminum foil would have definitely helped out. The chicken tenderloins, they were fine. The first group did get cold by the time the second group got done cooking. So again, we could have reduced the amount of corn. We could have put the corn up, stacked it up. You know, there's a lot of things we could have done to put all of those tenderloins on there. But as far as being done, yeah, all of them were done. None of the pieces were burnt, and none of the pieces were raw. I'm good with that. And again, we still have heat left over for later use. Getting the briquette to light, or the cobblestone to light, pretty simple once you added in some sort of tinder bundle. Again, I recommend one of the little fire starters. You can do a group of sticks, whatever, to get the little cobblestone lit up. As far as ease of use of using the actual cob, if it's something that requires direct heat, like the chicken tenderloins, the plate was fine. If it's something for low and slow and, you know, we want in 2-3 hours, the roasting rack is great. I think we're going to try the roasting rack tomorrow, cook up a big slab of meat, just toss it on the roasting rack, let it go for like 2 or 3 hours, which will be next week's video if we do one. Ease of use, same as this, just a lot smaller, serving size wise. We used this up the other day, cooked a bunch of chicken on it, cooked a bunch of potatoes on it, cooked a bunch of stuff on it. It was enough for me and my wife to have like leftovers for the next night as well. But it was a lot. It required like a quarter of a bag of charcoal and then some. This was one little cobblestone, and again, it still has enough heat to finish up some other dish that we did the other night. It works. I like it. It's small. It is expensive, but it's compact. It's portable. Power outage scenario, you know, no one could see the smoke because it was very little smoke. No one can really see this versus this that we had going the other day. I thought the house was on fire. So it's one of those things, like, it has a use, and we're going to use it again tomorrow, next week's video. Thus far, I like it. Again, there is a little bit of a learning curve with it. I think next time we are going to do more vegetables with it, just to see if we can get them on the extremely good side. But the corn was good, the potatoes were good, a little bit dry, but other than that, good. Cobb, thanks for sponsoring the video. And again, the links will be down below if you want to check them out. That's all I got for today's video. Y'all have a good day.